Your future is not waiting for you to feel inspired. It is waiting for you to decide. Most people sit around hoping for motivation to strike like lightning, waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect Monday, the perfect moment. But the truth is harsh and powerful at the same time. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are unstable. They change with the weather. They disappear when things get hard. They fade when results don't come fast enough. If your dreams depend on motivation, they will collapse the first time life tests you, and life will test you. It always does. Discipline is different. Discipline does not care how you feel. It does not ask whether you are tired, bored, stressed, or discouraged. It shows up anyway. It works anyway. It pushes anyway. While others quit because they don't feel like it, discipline moves forward silently, building strength brick by brick. The uncomfortable workout, the extra hour of study, the early morning wake up, the late night sacrifice. These small, repeated actions done consistently are what shape your future. Right now, someone with less talent than you is winning, not because they are smarter, not because they are luckier, but because they are more disciplined. They made a decision that their goals matter more than their excuses. They understand something powerful. Success is not built in moments of excitement. It is built in moments of resistance. Your future body, your future career, your future bank account, your future mindset, they are all being shaped by what you choose to do today, not when you feel motivated. Today, on the days you feel lazy, on the days you doubt yourself, on the days nobody is watching, that is where your real character is built. Motivation will get you started. Discipline will keep you going. And in the end, it is not about how many times you felt inspired. It is about how many times you showed up when you didn't want to. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop negotiating with your comfort zone. Decide who you want to become, and then prove it with your actions. Because your future is not built on hype, emotions, or temporary bursts of energy. Your future is built on discipline. Your future is built on discipline, not motivation. That sentence may sound simple, but it carries a truth that can completely transform the direction of your life. Most people misunderstand what actually creates success. They believe it is passion, excitement, a sudden rush of energy, or some magical spark that pushes them forward. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel inspired. But feelings are unreliable. They rise and fall like waves. Discipline, on the other hand, is steady. It is quiet. It is consistent. And consistency is what builds a future. Think about how most people approach their goals. At the beginning of a new year, they are full of motivation. They buy new notebooks, join a gym, start planning businesses, promise themselves they will wake up early and change their lives. For a few days, maybe a few weeks, they feel unstoppable, but then something happens. They feel tired, work becomes stressful, results don't come fast enough, the excitement fades. And when motivation disappears, so does their effort. Not because they are incapable, not because they are weak, but because they were depending on a feeling to carry them to a destination that requires commitment. Discipline works differently. Discipline is not emotional. It does not depend on how your day went. It does not ask whether you are comfortable. It does not need applause. Discipline is a decision repeated daily. It is choosing to act even when you do not feel like it. It is understanding that your future self is more important than your current mood. Look at someone like Cristiano Ronaldo. Many people admire his talent. They see the goals, the trophies, the fame. But what they do not always see is the discipline behind it. For years, he has followed strict training routines, controlled his diet, practiced relentlessly, and maintained focus even when he was already one of the best players in the world. When you reach the top, motivation can fade because you have already achieved so much, yet he continued. Not because he always felt inspired, but because discipline became part of who he was. His future was not built on excitement, it was built on repeated effort. Or think about Elon Musk. Whether you admire him or not, one thing is undeniable: the level of disciplined work behind his ventures. Building companies like Tesla and SpaceX required years of long hours, risk, stress, and near failure. There were moments when motivation alone could not have been enough, when rockets exploded, when finances were tight, when critics doubted everything. It was disciplined persistence that kept things moving forward. Discipline is what shows up when motivation would have already quit. But you do not need to be a billionaire or a global athlete to understand this principle. Imagine a student preparing for exams. On the first day of studying, they feel motivated. They watch inspirational videos, make a timetable, tell everyone they are going to score the highest marks. But a week later, they feel bored. The chapters are long. Their friends are going out. Social media is distracting. This is where the real battle begins. If they rely on motivation, they stop. If they rely on discipline, they open the book anyway. They read one page, then another, day after day. And when results are announced, people call them smart. But what really made the difference was discipline. Discipline is powerful because it removes negotiation. When you wake up early every day at 5 a.m., at first it feels painful. You argue with yourself, you hit snooze, you promise to start tomorrow, but once discipline becomes your identity, there is no argument. The alarm rings, you stand up, you move. It is no longer about whether you feel like it. It is simply what you do. Your future body depends on this. Motivation might push you to start working out after watching a transformation video. But what happens on the days your muscles hurt? On the days you are exhausted? Discipline says you go anyway. Maybe not with maximum intensity, but you go. Over time, those small workouts compound. Months later, you see change. Years later, you see transformation, not because of one intense week of motivation, but because of hundreds of disciplined days. The same is true for building wealth. Many people feel motivated to start a business. They get excited about being their own boss. But when sales are low, when customers complain, when profits are small, motivation disappears. Discipline is what keeps them improving their product, learning marketing, saving money, reinvesting profits. It is the daily effort that no one applauds that eventually creates financial freedom. Consider J.K. Rowling while writing Harry Potter. Before global fame, she was facing rejection after rejection from publishers. Imagine how easy it would have been to give up. Motivation fades quickly when doors keep closing, but she continued writing, editing, submitting her manuscript. That is discipline. Continuing the process despite disappointment. Eventually, one publisher said yes, and the rest is history. The world celebrates the success, but few talk about the disciplined persistence behind it. Discipline also builds mental strength. When you consistently do hard things, you teach your mind that discomfort is not danger. You learn that tiredness is temporary. You learn that boredom will not kill you. You expand your capacity. Each disciplined action becomes a vote for the person you want to become. You are proving to yourself that you are reliable. One of the biggest lies people believe is that successful individuals are always motivated. They imagine that high achievers wake up excited every day, full of energy and clarity. The reality is very different. Even the most accomplished people have bad days. They feel doubt, they feel fatigue, they feel frustration. The difference is not the absence of negative emotions. The difference is that they do not allow those emotions to control their actions. Discipline creates freedom. This sounds strange at first. Many people think discipline is restrictive, like a prison, but in truth, it is the opposite. When you are disciplined with your money, you gain financial freedom. When you are disciplined with your health, you gain physical freedom. When you are disciplined with your time, you gain control over your life. Lack of discipline may feel easy in the moment, but it creates long-term limitations. Picture two futures. In one, you follow your moods. You work when you feel like it. You save money when you remember. You study when you are inspired. Years pass, opportunities slip away, regret grows. In the other future, you commit to small daily disciplines. You wake up on time. You learn consistently. You invest wisely. You exercise regularly. The changes are not dramatic at first, but 5 years later, the difference between those two futures is massive. Discipline is not about being perfect, it is about being consistent. You will miss days, you will make mistakes, you will fail, but discipline means you return to the path quickly. You do not let one bad day become a bad week, a bad month, a bad year. You forgive yourself and continue. The beautiful thing about discipline is that it is trainable. You are not born with it, you build it. Start small, make your bed every morning, drink enough water daily, read 10 pages a day. These seem insignificant, but they strengthen your ability to keep promises to yourself. And when you keep small promises, you begin trusting yourself with bigger ones. When you depend on motivation, you are controlled by external triggers, videos, music, speeches, moods. When you depend on discipline, you are controlled by your values and decisions. That is power. That is maturity. That is growth. Your future is being shaped right now in this ordinary moment, not when you win awards, not when people clap for you, but when you choose between comfort and commitment, when you decide to act despite resistance, when you understand that success is less about dramatic breakthroughs and more about daily behaviors. Years from now, you will either thank yourself or question yourself. You will either stand in a life built by disciplined effort, or you will wonder what could have happened if you had stayed consistent. The choice is not made once, it is made daily. So stop waiting for the perfect mood. Stop waiting for inspiration to rescue you. Create systems, set routines, reduce decisions, show up even when it is boring, even when it is hard, even when no one notices, because your future is not built in moments of motivation. It is built in moments of discipline, repeated, quiet, powerful actions that slowly turn the person you are into the person you are capable of becoming. In the end, everything comes back to a simple but life-changing truth. The person you become is the result of what you repeatedly do, not what you repeatedly feel. Motivation will visit you like a guest, exciting, powerful, inspiring, but it will never stay permanently. Discipline, however, is something you build into your identity. It becomes the silent architect of your future. Long after the excitement fades, long after the applause disappears, long after the initial spark dies down, discipline remains. It is there in the early mornings when no one is watching. It is there in the late nights when quitting feels easier. It is there in the quiet decisions that seem small in the moment but shape the direction of your entire life. Understand this clearly. Your dreams do not care about your mood. Your goals do not respond to excuses. Your future does not wait for you to feel ready. It responds only to action, consistent, intentional, disciplined action. Every time you choose effort over comfort, focus over distraction, growth over ease, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. Those votes add up day after day, week after week, year after year. And one day, what once felt difficult becomes normal. What once felt impossible becomes your standard. There will be days when you doubt yourself, days when progress feels slow, days when results seem invisible. That is where most people stop, but you will not stop because you now understand something deeper. You understand that success is not dramatic, it is not loud, it is not built in one powerful moment. It is built in thousands of disciplined choices that nobody celebrates, and that is your advantage. While others wait for motivation, you will move with discipline. While others hesitate, you will execute. While others complain, you will improve. One day the results will speak. The stronger body, the sharper mind, the stable finances, the fulfilled life. People will call you lucky, they will say you are talented, they will say you are gifted, but you will know the truth. You will know it was discipline, steady, relentless, intentional discipline that carried you there. So make the decision now, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, decide that your standards are stronger than your excuses. Decide that your future is worth temporary discomfort. Decide that you will act whether you feel like it or not, because at the end of the day, motivation might start the journey, but only discipline will finish it. And the future you dream about is waiting on the other side of that decision.